This is Alan Farley from FX Empire. General Motors is trading lower despite beating Q2 2021 bottom and top line estimates by healthy margins. Looking back, the stock topped out right in the mid 40s in the fourth quarter of 2017, enter a very steady decline that dropped to an all-time low during the pandemic in March of 2020. Recovery through the rest of the year, finally returning to that 2017 high in November, pulling back, completing the handle in a very broad-based cup and handle pattern at the start of January. Now we see a series of highs, two little highs here, then another high, then another high, then another high. Well, these three highs here aren't adding very many points, and we have sort of this horizontal resistance line developing, and from the pullback afterwards, we have sort of this horizontal support line developing. So these are pretty much the lines in the sand for General Motors. As you can see, it traded up to about 58 yesterday ahead of earnings. Now it's trading in the 55 range, 55.50 or so. So it's below the 50-day moving average. Well, this is the line in the sand down here around 54. If it rolls over and tests this level again, chances are it's going to break. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tests so far. Well, you really don't want to play with fire. So if it comes back down to this 54 range, you need to watch out because then it's going to, with any breakdown, test this breakout from back in January. And this is where all the gains from 2021 have come from. Now, the culprit, as everyone knows, is chip shortages. The company had a very strong quarter, but they've been forced to shut down 3 plants they just announced yesterday. And this is really weighing on investor sentiment. No one seems to know when this chip shortage is going to end, especially because they were predicted to have ended, well, many months ago. You can see this is starting to weigh on investor interest. It's dropped all the way back accumulation to the January level. And this is another little line which I think we probably want to hold. We don't really want accumulation dropping any lower than this, or else we're going to start to get a cascade lower, and it could take us down much lower than General Motors shareholders want to go, especially with the outlook being so good for electric vehicles into the middle of this decade.